you're going to need a fork and a knife. This is Deep Dishing Sports with Bruce and Eli.
Yeah, let's talk some Chicago Bears. We got week 1 coming up this week.
Yeah.
Bears week against the Detroit Lions, and it is now official. There's no more QB competition. Mitchell Trubisky has been named the starter.
Meow, 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 meow.
If my question to Bruce wasn't a spoiler alert.
Right.
If you did not know, now you know. Number 10 is going to be starting week 1. So, yeah, Bears Twitter has been an interesting place.
It's been funny.
Since
I've chuckled a lot at some of these tweets.
Ever since they named him the starter. I mean, ever since the QB competition, just in general.
Right.
I feel like Bears Twitter has just had a really weird split.
Yeah.
Between the Trubisky truthers, which they're calling it, and then the Trubisky haters.
Yeah.
And it's interesting that a player that sucks this bad can have two sides to a fandom.
Yeah.
This isn't LeBron. This isn't Kevin Durant. This isn't Patrick Mahomes. This isn't Tom Brady. This is Mitchell Trubisky.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we're sitting here arguing, not us, but Bears Twitter is arguing about, Trubisky haters. If you're rooting against him, you're not a Bears fan. You should be rooting for him. You should be supporting him. If you don't, you're not a real fan. Like, just all this stuff that's going on right now on Bears Twitter. Yeah, and I want to give a shout out to Greg Braggs.
Yeah, shout out to Greg.
Who gave us a shout out first and foremost on Twitter. If you don't know Greg Braggs, you should be following him.
Definitely,
at least on Twitter.
Yeah,
because he's a great dude. He's had me on his previous podcast before when I went to the Bears game, and hold on, I'm trying to get his at. It's at G Braggs, Braggs Junior, or not spelled out Junior, JR, the number 23, and that's his Twitter at. But yeah, he gave the podcast a shout out in terms of people who should be following. So I appreciate that. But Greg Braggs is one. The reason why I bring that up is because he's been one guy that's shown a lot of love.
Yeah.
To people on social media, a lot of love to different podcasts, to different sports media follows. He's known as a quote unquote Trubisky truther. He's a Trubisky fan. But yeah, he's always been very, very mellow headed, very, non-confrontational when it comes to the whole Trubisky stuff. And I appreciate it because I think we need more of his type of his perspective on Bears social media, because it gets ugly. Like honestly, you might not think it's a big deal, but I've seen people get very personal on Twitter for Mitchell Trubisky. That blows my mind. Anyway, not to get too much into all that drama stuff, because who cares? Bruce, what are your thoughts when they officially named Trubisky the starter?
And I told you, I was just like damn, bro, like, why you always gotta be right? Like, just
I did call it.
Just be wrong. I mean, did. But look, here's the thing. We know he has a short leash. He has a very short leash. I truly believe that, because I think this season is very important for Pace and Nagy. So if he struggles, then you got Nick Foles, who's proven. And so you have that aspect. Look, at the end of the day, we're both huge Bear fans. And you've been saying this all along. You don't care who's behind that offensive line. Just get the job done.
Yep.
Get the job done. And so that's the same sentiment that I have for Mitchell Trubisky. All right, man. So here's your chance. You're giving another chance. Last chance. So make it happen. Make it happen. I'm not about to sit here and say I'm not rooting against him. Why would we root as Bears fans? Why would we? Now I understand that. Why, as Bears fans, why would we root against him?
Right.
And if you're a Mitchell Trubisky, what do you call it? The truther. If you're a Trubisky truther, then the whole like I told you so, ha ha ha. Let's stop that. Like don't put yourself on a pedestal because Mitchell Trubisky outplayed Nick Foles. Oh my God. You know what I'm saying? Let's just all be a Bears family and let's root for this kid. Let's root for him because we want our team to do well. So all right, let's go. Let's go, number 10. Here's your time again. So again. Let's go. Let's do it.
Yeah, I was in the same route. I was not surprised at all. Obviously, like Bruce said, I called it. Even when, like, as soon as we got Nick Foles in the trade, I said Trubisky's still going to start. Watch it happen, because I think front office politics does play a huge role in these kind of things. Ryan Pace is on the hot seat. Matt Nagy is on the hot seat. Both of their contracts line up with Mitchell Trubisky. So, yeah, I think giving this kid one last shot was going to happen, no matter who they brought in. And it's interesting because I saw something on Twitter where you remember when Teddy Bridgewater was a free agent. Mm-hmm. A lot of Bears fans, including me, wanted to see us sign him.
Right.
Right. And there was a report that came out that the Bears did offer Teddy a contract, a lot of money actually, and his camp did not want to come to Chicago because they felt like it wasn't going to be a fair competition with Mitchell Trubisky. They felt like the vibes that they got from the Bears were Trubisky was going to start and Teddy would be the backup. And it makes total sense. Like I don't think it mattered how well Nick Foles was. I mean, he would have had to blown it completely out of the water for him to win this starting job. So
right.
Yeah, I wasn't surprised, but yeah, I completely agree with you, and we've been saying it forever that we don't care who starts. We just want the best quarterback to start, and we just want to see competent quarterback play, something that we haven't seen in a long time.
Yeah.
We just want to see a player go out and run the offense the way it's supposed to be ran, do the little things like throw the ball away when it needs to be done, a hard count when it needs to be done. Make sure you're paying attention to the play clock and not having delay games and all the stuff that we know Trubisky is infamous for. So yeah, just improvement on the little things and put up some points.
Yeah, that's it.
Like
that's it.
You ain't got to throw for 4,500 yards and 35 touchdowns. You ain't got to be a top 10 offense. Just go out there and score some points.
You know what? You say that, and our listeners are going to listen to this, and they're going to be like, is this the same show from last year? Because didn't we not say the same thing last year?
Yeah.
Like you ain't got to be Aaron Rodgers. We're not looking for you to be this amazing quarterback. We just need you to just be a competent quarterback and just do what's necessary. Like we have a great defense. We have a top 10 defense.
Yep.
Okay. Some say top 5, whatever. It's a good defense. Man, the defense is going to keep you in games. They kept you in every game last year.
Yep.
And so they're going to keep you in games. Just do what you need to do. And I put a lot of that, not just on Mitchell Trubisky, but on Nagy as well.
Preach.
Nagy is his man, like Nagy and Trubisky are going to be tied going into this season because it is his job to put Mitchell Trubisky in the right position to succeed, the best position to succeed. So if that means running the ball 25 to 30 times a game while, you know, you play action Mitchell Trubisky, just get him out the pocket. Like, Matt Nagy, don't be so hard-headed where I'm going to do what's best. No, you got to do what's best for your quarterback. You got to put him in the best position to succeed. And if anything, anyone is a testament to that, you can look at that Baltimore Raven team and what Harbaugh did for Lamar Jackson. Right. What Harbaugh did for Lamar Jackson is completely out of Harbaugh's style. That's not his style if you've watched those Raven teams in the past. But he understood who he had in Lamar Jackson. And so he said, you know what? I'm going to play to this man's talents. Nagy, that's what you need to do for Trubisky. So we shall see.
Yeah, completely agree. And Lamar Jackson won MVP last year. So it's having a run first offense does not necessarily mean that your quarterback isn't going to produce. It just means that you're helping not as talented arm throwing quarterback out a lot more. You're helping them out a lot more.
Yeah.
So